But being up here, we keep hearing all these incredible stories of survival, these harrowing stories of people having these near-death experiences as they try to escape the campfire, literally some of them being surrounded by flames. And one of the couples that experienced this is Paul and Susie Ernest. They're recovering right now at the UC Davis Burn Center. Tonight, we spoke to their son, who was on the phone with them while they tried to escape, and their neighbor who helped them escape. It's a terrifying story. Take a listen.
So I dropped my kid off at school.
For Jesse Ernest, it started out like any other work day, but it took a dark turn fast.
You know, I could see the cloud, I could see where it was coming from, and I knew it was fire.
As the campfire charged towards paradise, his parents, Paul and Susie Ernest, called to say they were trying to evacuate their home on Edgewood Lane, but couldn't get out.
They couldn't get out by car. They had to turn around and go back home, and they were going to attempt to ride quads, four-wheelers down. There's some alternate routes to other roads.
Along with their neighbor, Travis Wright, they drove those quads to a nearby field where they parked and took shelter behind a large boulder.
I get a call back from my mom on her cell phone. She's telling me her goodbyes. She's like, I just want you to know we all love you, and I told her to stop. Don't do that. And then we lost contact.
A wave of fire blew over them.
It was dark as night, very scary, just a rumbling. I could hear Paul and Susie screaming, and I knew it was getting them pretty bad. It was just a terrible sound.
My dad, he's laid on top of my mom and protected her. My mom's shoes burned off. My dad's shoes, you know, leather boots, you know, burned and cooked.
Eventually, Travis was able to get back on a quad, drive to a nearby road, and flag down the first responders who were on their way to help.
I mean, those guys are the heroes because they hopped on my quad and they just went right into the flames. They didn't even bat an eye. They go, let's do it, let's go.
Paul and Susie immediately airlifted to the UC Davis Burn Center in Sacramento, where they're now being treated for severe third-degree burns.
Burns on their legs, from the knees down in front and from their butts down and back.
And although the couple still has a long recovery process ahead, they and their family say they are forever grateful for their miraculous survival.
You know, to go through this experience and how traumatic it is and everything, and how their lives are going to change because of it, and their appearance is going to change because of it, but they've gone through it together, and it's pretty amazing. They're strong. They're really strong.
So strong. It's really incredible, that story. And unfortunately, the family did lose their home, but they have one belonging that survived. They actually brought with them, when they evacuated, an ice chest, an igloo ice chest, and they put in it their last 2 tomatoes from their garden. Well, when the first responders came to help them evacuate, I think we can show you the pictures of this ice chest. They brought it with them, so that survived as well. It's a little worn, but you can see it there. And inside, those 2 tomatoes. In fact, their son told us that they plan to use the seeds from those tomatoes to plant new tomatoes in the new garden of their new home. So they'll have a little piece of their old home with them as they rebuild their life. Now, the family has a GoFundMe page that's been set up by friends of their family. And also, I do want to point out that they are 2 of 10 patients being treated right now from the campfire at UC Davis Burn Center. One of them is in critical condition. 8 of them are in fair condition, and one of them, the condition is unknown. So a lot of people still recovering tonight. But again, these just incredible stories of survival.